Hi everyone, and welcome to your weekly angel reading for January the 18th through to the 24th. I am on my phone right now because I'm having some technical issues with my computer, but of course the messages will be just the same. They are going to come from the Fairy Tarot cards this week by Doreen and Radleigh Valentine. So let's see what they have to say for us, first of all, for Monday and Tuesday. Alright, so here's a card for Monday and Tuesday. Ego, it says. You have to, let me see if I can bring the card a little forward. It says, the illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items and getting caught up in fear and worry. So this is a reminder to us for the first part of the week to really keep our fear/ego in check. Our ego actually means that we're just in fear, so it's another word for it. So if you're finding yourself feeling, I can't do this, I'm not good enough, or I haven't got the money, or I don't have this, or comparing yourself, or whatever it is, just be aware of the part of you that's doing that and notice it. Say, okay, yeah, this is just my fear. There's lots of changes happening. And sometimes when we take a step forward into our dreams, or we decide that this year is going to be a great year, particularly with Mercury retrograde, because it's an opportunity for us to do some of that healing. It's an opportunity for us to clear out, to release, to review things that aren't working for us. And so rather than getting caught up in it, or really overwhelmed by all of that, just notice what it is and have compassion for it, but don't let it stop you. See it as a purging process so that you can actually feel clearer as time goes on. Okay, so here we go for the middle of the week. Beautiful card, King of Summer. Actually says a romantic partner that you can trust, excellent advice that comes from the heart, and getting involved in a cultural or creative endeavour. So this is perfect because actually it's saying that by the middle of the week we'll feel more connected to our heart and more connected to our creativity. And if you feel like you could do with some advice, if you feel like you could have some support from somebody who's going to help you to see where your fears are getting the better of you, you're going to know who that is when you're watching this reading. Just listen to your gut, listen to your own heart about perhaps somebody who could be acting as a mentor, as a guide, or perhaps as a healer for you, to give you some support right now to help you to be back on track. They're saying that creativity, when we are in fear, feels like it's a little stuck, but also sometimes in the heavier emotions we can use creativity to let it come out of us, let it give, have a space to be released. So if you're somebody who likes to write, perhaps you could just use writing to notice what feelings are bubbling up for you so that you can connect more deeply with your heart. Perhaps you are an artist or a painter or whatever it is, and that can reconnect you with your passion rather than all the stuff that's swirling around in your head. So do something creative in the middle of the week. Also get some support if you're feeling guided to do that, because it will help you to shift some of the fears coming up for you. Alright, so here is the card for the end of the week. Beautiful, beautiful card. 4 of Spring. It says, be grateful, you have much to celebrate. Deep feelings of peace and happiness, a contented personal life. Wow, so it's kind of a real journey this week. The beginning of the week is going to be where we might be feeling the bumps in the road, a little bit in our own heads, a little bit just heavier. And actually they're saying, look, if we can really see this as a temporary thing, not getting ourselves freaked out, but rather just observing what's going on for us, by the end of the week we're going to realize how much great stuff is going on in our lives, how we can be grateful for so much. And actually another thing that I like to do if I'm feeling a little bit like that is to use gratitude as a way to shift my vibration. So it's actually, to me, it really is saying that by the end of the week you're going to be feeling that already. But if you are struggling and you would like some other tools to kind of get you out of that funk that you might be in, gratitude is a great way to do that. Sometimes it's harder to do it when you're feeling not so great, but if you start with one or two things that you're grateful for, the rest of it will really start to flow out of you, and you won't be able to stop writing or speaking the things that you feel grateful for. They are showing me that for those of you in a relationship, there might be some old fears that are coming up about whether you can trust them, or is this going to turn out how it had with my ex. Well, these cards really point to that just being your fears, and that you are in a partnership that you can trust, and that the weekend is really going to give you cause to realize that. Spend time with your beloved if you're in a relationship. Nurture that. Give yourself a reason to go out and enjoy each other. If you're single, you may want to just look at the parts of you that perhaps are stuck in that old story of like, it never works for me, or I'm always single, or I can't trust people. Because if you're operating from that standpoint, you're probably not going to be open to somebody who is trustworthy. So if you want to meet somebody who's trustworthy, you want to be more trustworthy yourself. You want to be kinder to yourself. If you want to bring more joy into your life, you want to do things that bring you joy. If you want to have a partner that celebrates you, then you have to celebrate yourself. Do you see? So don't get stuck in the victim mentality in the first couple of days of the week, because the rest of the week is saying, wow, actually you have a lot to celebrate, and if you open your eyes and your heart, you'll be able to absolutely see it. And when you do that, of course, then even more beautiful opportunities for you to experience that happen. That's a great reading. It tells a real story. We're all human. It's okay to have fears. It's okay to have situations and experiences that feel uncomfortable, but if we don't allow ourselves to move through those fears, we're always going to feel stuck in them. There's a complete difference between having a fear and acknowledging it, because we all do, and then actually just deciding that we can be prisoner of our fears. There's a completely different energy, and deciding to stay stuck in your fear is just saying that nothing can change, which absolutely isn't true, no matter what your story, no matter what your circumstances. So the fairies, the angels, I support you. We send you love. Just be aware of the part of you that wants to make those choices from fear, and make a conscious choice to choose again, to choose love. I will speak to you again next week. I'm sending you much love and gratitude from my own heart, and bye bye for now.